more than human.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph Carroll. I write under the pen name J.R. Carroll, and today we are talking about how history is better than fantasy in some cases. And in this case, we are talking about one of my favorite things, one of my favorite all-time things. And the reason it is one of my favorite things is because it is true. It happened. There is historical evidence, but there is so much mystery about it, and that is the Bronze Age collapse and the Sea Peoples. Now, if you like this kind of content, make sure you like, subscribe, and throw a little comment. It helps with the algorithm and all that good stuff. And plus, I want to know if you had heard about this before, and if you haven't, you know, throw some questions down there, throw some theories of your own down there. But basically, what happened is around the year 1200 BC. So we're pushing this way back, over 3,000 years ago. The Mediterranean was flourishing, right? We were in the Bronze Age. Everything was great. You had the Hittites, you had the Mycenaeans, you had the Egyptians, you had the Babylonians. All these, civilizations and empires that we've heard of, right? Well, out of nowhere, around like I said, around 1200, between 1200 and 1150 BC, these people started coming out of nowhere, and that literally nobody exactly knows where they came from. There's a little bit of evidence here, a little bit of evidence there. That there's a list that the Egyptians kind of put out, and they kind of lumped these people together because the Egyptians are really where we get most of our evidence for the Sea Peoples from. Now, I believe there were a little bit of writing from the Hittites, and specifically a king tried to send out a letter for help, basically saying, these people, they were basically Bronze Age Vikings. They just showed up.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
On your doorstep, because like today, even more so than today, all the major cities were really up on the shore of the ocean or around great rivers. But they just showed up on shore and just came on shore and annihilated whole empires. The Hittites, gone. The Babylonians, the first Babylonian Empire, basically gone. It was really the end of the Mycenaean age of Greece. Only the Egyptians were able to repel them. And I believe it was Ramses the Third, was the one who wrote all the stuff about these Sea Peoples. And it really, there was a lot going on for the Bronze Age collapse. A lot of cultural stuff, some plagues, but really the Sea People are what put the nail in the coffin here. And it is just amazing to think, and there are some wacky theories out there as these people, the tablet or whatever that was asking for help is like, these people are unstoppable. And even, Ramses, basically said that, like, he kept getting word that everywhere they went, they were unstoppable. And it really took a lot for the Egyptians, who were the dominant power in the world at that time. It took a lot for them to repel these invaders. But yeah, Ramses was like, yeah, everywhere they've gone, they have destroyed everything, and then they just vanished from history. Nobody knows what happened. Did they? Some people say they just went further north into Europe. Some people say they kind of just assimilated into the other civilizations. But this is something that is straight out of a fantasy book, and that is one of the reasons I love fantasy so much, because fantasy authors like to put those kernels of history in there. Had you heard of these sea peoples before? Let me know. Again, hit me in the comments. If you like this kind of content, I will put more of it. And remember, be more than human.